TJ the Wheel Deal coming at you live. It is Thursday, January the 22nd, 10:12 a.m. Central Time, Texas time. I'm going to have to make a phone call real quick, though. I'm going to have to make a phone call real quick because it is my buddy's birthday. It's my buddy's birthday, and I just remembered. So we'll wish my buddy Chris a happy birthday real quick.
Hello.
What up?
What's going on?
I don't know. Somebody tell me you were born on this day. Is that true?
Allegedly.
That's what Siri said.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm actually live on.
Bitch, though.
I'm live on YouTube. So, that are
Awesome.
not. I'm multitasking. Anyway, well, happy birthday, man. Hope you have a good one, and I'll call you whenever I'm done, and we'll get that other stuff squared away.
All right, bro.
All right, take care, bud. Bye bye.
Later.
Anyway, that is my buddy Chris. I have known him for about 26 years. He actually introduced me to my son's mom. So I feel like he owes me a couple $100,000 in child support too. Just, saying, not to nitpick. But anyway, he's the gentleman in the book that I started Soteria Security with. So these are real people. These are real stories. I'm actually going to try to put together a Wheelers where I sit down with people that I talk about in the book. That way it kind of like brings the book to life, if you will. What's going on, Gretch? What's going on, Hoboken Slayer? Manish, Mr. G. Good morning, Stranglers. Loopy. Hope you guys are doing well. Classes in session. Let me let me see. I just got to get on privacy mode over here. Let me get on privacy mode. Okay, boom. Let's do this thing. Now, whenever I get over here to whenever I present the portfolio, let me know if you guys want it on the desktop or if it's just a little bit too small. I'll shoot it over to the other side. This is going to be a short live, guys. You'll be able to knock this out in 30, 40 minutes. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go with a minute with God. I've already read this. So it's on the X as well. So I don't have to record this here because I don't have the glasses. I don't have the glasses. So I'm not able to do all that. So, it's like two different recordings. And I feel like I need to read this thing twice anyway, so that it kind of like sticks, so that it sticks a little bit. So here we go. It's salvation. How can I know that I am truly saved? This is January the 22nd. God promises that you will be saved from eternal punishment if you believe in your heart that Jesus Christ is the Son of God and that he died to take the punishment for your sins and that he rose from the dead to conquer death forever. If you confess that you're a sinner who needs God, ask God to forgive your sins and accept Jesus Christ as Lord of your life, i.e., give him control of your life, then you can be sure that you're truly saved. You will live for eternity in heaven, and you will also experience a spiritual rebirth now, a new and abundant life guided by the wisdom of God's Holy Spirit. God's response: I tell you the truth. Those who listen to my message and believe in God who sent me have eternal life. John 5:24. For all who are led by the Spirit of God are children of God. Romans 8:14. To all who believed him and accepted him, he gave the right to become children of God. John 1:12. God's promise: if you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. Romans 10:9. Romans 10:9 is the essence of Christianity. I feel like the Bible has been canonized into 66 books written by it's like 40 different authors, divinely inspired by God over years, right? Years. It's like 400 or 500 years or something like that. But I feel like the two most important passages in the entire Bible are Romans 10:9 and John 14:6. So we just read Romans 10:9. John 14:6 is Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Nobody comes to the Father except through the Son. So I think it just comes down to those two. If you buy into that narrative, hook, line, and sinker, that you believe, you have to say it with your mouth, or you have to confess it with your mouth that Jesus is Lord. You got to believe it in your heart. And that Jesus is the only way to get there. It's like the bridge, and there's no other way around. That's it, right? That's it. You got to cross the bridge, and Jesus is that bridge. You got to walk on his back to get there, right? His coattails. That's the essence of Christianity right there. And you either believe or you don't believe. And that's those are the gimmies and the gotchas of life, right? Let's get going with portfolio update time. I hope you guys are doing well, man. I'm doing pretty well today. Feel just a little off though, still. Feel a little off. Can't get into a workout routine. I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling. I feel like I'm getting a little bit complacent because I've lost some weight and it's getting kind of easy to maintain. So I'm not like really grinding. So I need to like find my mojo and I need to be like, okay, I'm gonna go on full throttle, lose another 15 pounds and see what that looks like. So that's what's going on. I'm kind of trying to get on that path. We'll see. Let me know if this works for you guys over here. If it doesn't, I'll switch over to the web because it's a little bit bigger. So type in the comments, this works or this doesn't work. Let me know. I'm gonna give y'all a couple of seconds. I'm gonna flip away from this real quick so I can see the comments because whenever I share the screen, I'm not able to see the comments. So let me know whether or not this works. This works. Okay, that's fair. Awesome. Appreciate you guys. The web is better. So you get half and half. How about the web in black? Because some people don't like the white. They say it's too bright. I get all of these comments. So let's try it. We'll try it. We'll try it. So we're going to go here. And then let's just see if we can do that. So we'll go accounts this way. Trading. The thing is, I can't make any trades over here because I already bought shares on accident on different. Oh, yeah, this is just a lot bigger. It's a lot bigger. And I don't even know how to get it. I don't even think I know how to get it to where is it this one maybe? Theme. How about this? Is that better? I think that's a nice little happy compromise right there. I think that might be a nice little happy compromise. So let me take my time and uncheck these, and we're just going to go through these real quick. We're going to start with account ending in 35. This is, again, it's about $19 million across the board. So court is in session. The verdict is in. No appeal on the docket today. Y'all know that song? Comment on the chat if you know that song. I just want to see who my real OGs are. Anyway, let's keep it going. Let's get it going, shall I say. So I want to make sure my days to expiration, everything's lined up. Let's do this thing. So we got account ending in 35. So what do we got? We got an agreement to buy SoFi at $24 in 8 days. That's what's going on. Been in this trade for 8 days. There's 8 days left to expiration. You'll see the extrinsic value is 3,700. The profit and loss open is 2,800. So that tells you that from a percentage perspective, we're at about 45%. So we already know that because we're so close to expiration date, any movement up or down on SoFi is really going to move the needle. It's really going to move the needle because these, the Delta, the Gamma, the Vega, your Vamas and whatnot, Charm, all that stuff has to get the job done. It's got to get Delta to 1, 0, or -1 by expiration. It's got to either look like I'm going to have to buy the shares or it looked like I'm not going to have to buy the shares. Right now, it's looking like not going to have to buy the shares. And then I look at the data. There's $529 coming off the clock on a daily basis, and there's 3,700 of expiration. So you do the 500 times the 8. That's about $4,000, and it's going to escalate. It's going to escalate. It's like a snowball. It gets bigger as it rolls down the hill. Feel good about that one. PayPal. What's going on with PayPal? Down the road, we got the backstop trade, right? We got the 200 puts at 50. So we got an agreement to buy 20,000 shares of PayPal at $50. There's $89,000 in meat on the bone. We're about break even on that. And then short term, we agreed to sell 10,000 shares of PayPal at 65. We obviously don't own these shares, so we would have to be babysitting those calls. Clean Sparks agreement to buy 20,000 shares at $10. 29 days from now, we're looking pretty good. We see the extrinsic value at 6,200, profit and loss open at 45. So just roughly, that's about 40% profit already on that particular trade. BMNU, we got the 6,600 shares. I bought like 74 shares yesterday to have an even number. And then we got an agreement to buy 6,500 more shares at $4. We're not doing so well on that. We're down 780 for the day because BMNU is not performing. But we got the shares for sale at $7. So we're like, hey, this is just a mechanical trade. This was an accident. I wasn't even supposed to be in these shares in this particular portfolio. So I'm like, I'm gonna go get some money, and I'm gonna put the shares for sale at $7, and I'll be happy making 53 cents, right? Because bought the shares at 547. So that's what's going on. NVIDIA, sweet spot trade, 36 days out. Short strangle, I call them sweet spot trade. Goalpost trade, 150 and 230. Those are your goalposts. What's the sweet spot? In between the goalposts. So anything between 150 and 230, golden. It's very comfortable at 185. And we are making money here. There's $7,900 of meat on the bone, and we like to stay in this trade. Palantir, another sweet spot trade, short strangle, goalpost trade, 130, 220, 57 days out. We're chilling. We are chilling. We're chilling. And do anything. This portfolio is on easy street right now. Keeping it going. Account ending in 45. Just two positions. We got PayPal down the road 113 days from now at 52.50. These are starting to play out in our favor, right? We went heavy on all these PayPal puts, and it hadn't been working out. Now all of a sudden PayPal has a decent day, and now I'm looking pretty smart. And that's what selling options is. You can look real dumb until you don't, or you can look real smart until you don't, right? It's just we don't control the pricing. We control our positioning, and we just make adjustments. This is always going to be a game of adjustments, guys. And then we got the shares for sale at 65. We don't own the shares. So obviously, if you don't own the shares, you got to be willing to babysit. You got to be willing to make adjustments. I don't think PayPal is going to get to $65 in the next 15 days, but I'd be okay if it did. I'll just kick the can down the road, increase it to 70, 75, and keep doing it over and over and over again. At some point, PayPal is going to go flat, and we're going to be okay. Or if it gets to the point where it becomes a pain in the ass, just buy the shares, and then you eliminate that unlimited risk to the upside. BMU, we got the 2,500 shares that were bought at 572. I'm going to hope for a little bit of a pump, and then I'm going to put these shares for sale like $6 or $7, qualify for a little capital appreciation, live to fight another day, ring the cash register. That's what's going to happen there. I'm not going to do that while we're on this side, though. I got to be on the other side. Account ending in 19. I believe this is the Crypto Junkie account. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 positions. This is a, $600 and some $1,000 account, guys, and there's only 6 positions, so keep that in mind. You don't need a lot of positions. You need the right position. SoFi, we got an agreement to buy 20,000 shares at 24. You see the profit and loss open at 6,600, extrinsic value 7,200, so we're about 45% profit on this trade. Been in it for 16 days. Days to expiration is 18. So we're going after the hardest money right now. Right? The easier money is the first 50% because you're farther away from expiration date. So the movement isn't as sensitive. It's not as sensitive. The closer you get to expiration, everything becomes more sensitive, if you will. Like getting married. You get married as you get closer to that day, things become like, oh my God, cold feet, all that stuff. It's the same thing with your options. The closer you get to the expiration, they can get out of whack really, really quickly. So be careful. Why am I okay with this? Because this is a campaign. If it goes south, we're just going to keep rolling and rolling and rolling, and it gets better. And at some point, I'll be okay taking ownership of these shares. Doesn't really matter to me. It doesn't really matter to me. But if SoFi stays at these levels, I'll be happy to make, what is that? $13,800 in 24 days. Sign me up. That's what I did 16 days from now. I was like, you're telling me I can agree to buy SoFi at $24 on January the 30th, which happens to be earnings. And you're going to pay us $13,800 for agreeing to buy SoFi at 24 bucks. I feel like I don't even have to monitor that trade. Sign me up. BM&R, 2,000 shares owned, and we got the shares for sale at 40. We have extracted $1,520 already. There's $160 of extrinsic value. At some point, we might just give the money back to take that trade off the table because there's not a whole lot of juice left to squeeze. There's not a whole lot of lemon left, and there's just nothing there. We're done. So might as well take it off, and then maybe we wake up, we get lucky, and then BM&R skyrockets, or it goes to like 33 or 34. I could put the trade on again and then bring in another $1,000 or so in premiums. PayPal, we got the puts at 55. And we got the calls at 65. We got a 3-to-1 ratio, right? 3 puts versus 1 call. So it's a sweet spot trade. It has to hang out. It's got to camp out between 55 and 65. We're down collectively on this position, but today the puts have started to print a little bit. They started to print a little bit. We've been getting our ass kicked on here. PayPal goes up another $1. We're in the driver's seat, or just days go by, right? We look at the data, $3,800, $1,300 coming off the clock. Clean Spark, an agreement to buy 10,000 shares of Clean Spark at $10, 29 days from now. We're at about 50%, right? Profit and loss open, 2,900. Extrinsic value of 3,100. So we're at about 45% profit on that trade. Palantir, sweet spot trade, 140 and 220. With $31,000 of extrinsic value left, meat on the bone. I mean, guys, it kind of speaks for itself. It kind of speaks for itself. That kind of feels like a no-brainer trade right now. And it's pretty easy to manage as well. And we got, $767 of data that we are collecting that's just going to get bigger as we get close by. And if you look at the right-hand side, the capital requirement, look how capital efficient these trades are. I mean, this thing is just looking gangster today. Strategy. We got an agreement to buy 5,000 shares of Strategy at 160. Haven't sold the other side yet. I'm waiting on a pump. I'm waiting on a pump, and then I'll put the other side on. Right now, if I put the other side on, I feel like we're just not getting paid enough to take on that risk. So I'm not going to do it. Keeping it going. Account ending in 90. This is an account that's approaching 400,000. It's about 350 or so. We got four positions. Excuse me 1 second. What's going on, Pop? Yeah, what time do you got to get there? Okay, I'll leave here I'll leave here in 10 minutes to go get you. Alrighty. No, I'll go get you. Okay, I got to run. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, I got to wrap this up. I forgot I had to take my dad to the doctor. So anyway, we got SoFi, an agreement to buy shares at 24. We got PayPal, 55.65. Strategy, 160. BMNU, we own shares at 550, hoping for a little bit of a pump, and we're going to sell some calls. Account ending in 01. This account's approaching 800,000 again. We'd probably already get to 1 million, but there's a lot of withdrawals that happen on this particular account. So it makes it a little bit difficult to get to that milestone. But let's just look at these real quickly. We got SoFi, an agreement to buy shares at 24, Golden, PayPal, Sweet Spot Trade, Golden, BMNU. We own 20,000 shares, and we got an agreement to buy 10,000 more shares at 10. We got to ring the cash register on covered calls. I'll do that later today. CleanSpark, an agreement to buy shares at 10, Golden, Palantir, Sweet Spot Trade, nothing to talk about. Absolutely Golden. Account ending in 33. This is an $800,000 account as well. What do we got going on here? We got 6 positions. We're going to buy SoFi at 24, PayPal, the sweet spot trade, kind of 3-to-1 ratio. CleanSpark, an agreement to buy shares at 10. Strategy, an agreement to buy shares at 130. Absolutely Golden. Palantir, the sweet spot trade. BMNU, we own 10,000 shares at 588. We got to ring the cash register on covered calls. Just waiting on a pump. Hoping on a pump. Praying on a pump. We got to do a rain dance. We got to do something. Account ending in 20. We've got a few positions here. This is a $1.1 million account. Just let me see if I can get this right here. We got agreement to buy shares at 135 on strategy. PayPal, the sweet spot, same trade. SoFi, we got a sweet spot trade, 26 and 38, 29 days out. Feel good about it. CleanSpark, an agreement to buy shares at 10. Palantir, 142.20. End phase, y'all can see it right there, just absolutely printing. And BMNU, we got to put those shares to work. We got 20,000 shares. We're getting annihilated. So we're waiting on a pump there. The DGen account is just BMNU. So obviously it's not doing well because BMNU is shit in the bed. We got 8,500 shares at 613. It's trading at $5. No bueno, right? But we did sell 50 covered calls yesterday. So we ran the cash register there. On another pump, we'll sell another 35 calls and call it good. And then on the larger account, we did make some moves. I'm going to go through them real quickly. I just want to make sure I got my days to expiration lined up. Here we go. So end phase, we've got an issue here with end phase, right? Because end phase is pumping. So first thing that I did is I moved the 25s to 30s and I brought in a shitload of premium. So I locked in and went on that side. That's the good news. The bad news a little bit is end phase is pumping, right? It's pumping and we got an agreement to sell these shares at $40. We don't own these shares yet. So I haven't decided yet if I'm just going to go buy 50,000 shares of Enphase. That way I'm in the driver's seat at that point. And maybe I'll roll to 41, 42, 43. I'm going to take a look at the charts, maybe bring Uzi on. We'll see what happens. And maybe try to write up 50,000 shares, $3, $4, $5 and make some money that way. Or I'll just roll this strangle out another month, go to $45 or something like that, and just keep playing the range game. We'll see. I haven't decided yet. PayPal, we got the sweet spot trade going on here. Pressure on the calls. That's good news because that takes pressure away from the puts. BMNU, 150,000 shares getting annihilated. We've got the calls at 7. Those are printing a little bit today. And then we got an agreement to buy 100,000 more shares at $8. That position is not doing well. SoFi, we've got the puts at 23. We got the calls at 36. And then we got the backstop trade. This one's looking good. NVIDIA, 162.20. Golden, Riot, agreeing to buy shares at 15. It's not doing so well. I'm considering adding more contracts there. Palantir, we got the sweet spot trade 142.20 and then the backstop trade at 50. It's just doing picture perfect. Strategy is in the money. That's an issue, but it's 147 days out. We're playing for a bounce. Apple 220 and 320. I think we're going to be okay. Marathon's a new one. I sold 200 puts on Marathon at $8. New trade, 239 days out because I just want it on the books, but I don't want to do anything with it right now. We're going to see. If I don't end up doing anything with it else and I make, 32 grand, I'm cool with that too. Google, 220 and 500, sweet spot. Amazon, a new one. Put a little bit of a backstop trade on. An agreement to buy 20,000 shares at 200. 302 days from now, they paid almost about $247,000 for that. Pretty good. And the capital requirement is like 260. So, do the math. BMNR, shit in the bed. ASST, shit in the bed. That's what's going on with the portfolios in a nutshell, guys. That's what's going on with the portfolios in a nutshell. Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Absolutely rocking today. I'm going to go check on my Uncle Danny's account. He has 10,000 shares that we bought at $30. They were assigned at $30. I ran one round of covered calls, got away with it. So I'm going to go meet with him today, and I'm going to go sell covered calls probably in that 43, 44 range, ring the cash register. And if those shares get called away, with his account sitting well over $600,000, and he's a happy man. So we'll see what happens. I got to run. TJ the Wheel Deal signing off. As always, Mayor Sky State Blue Stock Screen. Peace out. God bless you guys.